In the windswept plains of Mongolia, a child was born who would one day conquer more land than any human in history. His name would strike fear across continents. Yet he began life with nothing. This is the story of Genghis Khan, the man who rose from exile to forge the largest empire the world has ever seen. Genghis Khan was not always known by that fearsome name. Born in 1162 as Temüjin, his father was a respected tribal chief. But when Temüjin was just 9, his father was poisoned by a rival clan. The boy and his family were abandoned, cast out into the brutal Mongolian wilderness. They survived on wild roots, scraps of meat, and sheer determination. It was here that Temüjin learned his first lesson. In a world of shifting alliances, loyalty was rare, and power belonged to those who could take it. As a teenager, Temüjin was captured by a rival tribe and enslaved. A wooden collar was fastened around his neck to mark him as property. But in the dead of night, he escaped with the help of a single sympathetic guard. It was the first of many times he would turn disaster into opportunity. Temüjin began forging his own alliances, not just through marriage and blood, but through loyalty earned on the battlefield. The Mongol steppe was a land of constant war. Dozens of tribes locked in endless feuds. Temüjin's genius was not only in his ferocity, but in his vision. He united the tribes under one banner, rewarding skill and loyalty over noble birth. Warriors who served well rose in rank, no matter their background. By 1206, Temüjin had crushed his rivals and declared himself Genghis Khan, meaning universal ruler. His dream was no longer survival, it was conquest. First came the Jia dynasty in northern China, a test of Mongol siege warfare. Then in 1211, Genghis Khan turned his armies on the mighty Jin dynasty. His horsemen were like a storm, swift, disciplined, and merciless. Cities that resisted were annihilated. Those that surrendered were spared, but placed firmly under Mongol rule. He mastered psychological warfare, spreading terror ahead of his armies to make enemies surrender without a fight. In 1218, Genghis Khan sought peaceful trade with the Khwarezm Empire in modern-day Iran. But when his merchants were murdered and his ambassadors executed, diplomacy ended. What followed was one of the most devastating campaigns in history. The Mongols swept through city after city, burning them to the ground. The Silk Road would never be the same, and the message was clear: betray Genghis Khan and face obliteration. By the time of his death in 1227, Genghis Khan had built an empire stretching from the Pacific Ocean to the Caspian Sea. He was a destroyer, but also a lawgiver, creating a unified legal code and promoting trade across Asia. His bloodline would go on to rule for centuries, shaping the course of world history. From exile to emperor, Genghis Khan's rise remains one of the most extraordinary tales of power ever told. If you've ever wanted to turn your own stories into high-quality videos without expensive software or hours of editing, you should check out Flicky. It's the tool I use to bring these scripts to life with realistic voiceovers and cinematic footage in just minutes. You simply paste in your script, choose a voice, and Flicky does the rest. I've put my special link in the description so you can try Flicky for yourself. Click it, start creating, and see how easy it is to make professional quality videos today.